I was on a massage table the other day, and I was receiving orthobiotomy, which is a really incredible bodywork process that has helped me a lot over the years. And my body just kind of said, shh, you don't need to talk right now, just feel. So I stopped talking. And my mind got still. And as my mind relaxed into my body stillness, I could feel the energies that were moving through me. It was not the most comfortable process in the world because as those energies were moving, there were some tightnesses and restrictions where they wouldn't move, either where I had an injury or where I had planted a story or a belief in that area of my body. And there was a block. So as I got quiet and just allowed myself to feel, I didn't distract myself with all the thoughts that, wanted to explain what was happening and understand the process. I just felt. And as I continued to follow the feeling, the awareness just came. That feeling is truly the shortcut to moving energy. Not thinking and not talking. Because energy was designed to flow. It's flowing and it's moving all the time, all around us, in us, through the unified energy field. And physics has told us 99% of everything that exists is energy. So as I just settled in and allowed myself to observe the energy, I just noticed how my mind started to soften. Instead of being right about what it was thinking and the story that it was creating and what it was believing, my body just started processing and unwinding the stuck energy. And as that happened, I started observing how that energy flow and that new movement, that unrestriction, actually started unwinding my brain and my brain chemistry. Now, I know we've been taught by science, and especially neuroscience, that all these things are happening in the brain. But the thing is, the brain is the processor. It's just the director. It isn't the feeler, and it isn't the mover of the energy. It is literally just simply a witness and a director of chemistry. And as I laid there, the longer that I chose not to speak, not to define or explain what was happening, the more relaxed I kept feeling. I was just relaxing into, okay, there's stuck energy in my body and it's moving and it doesn't feel comfortable, and I'm okay. I'm really okay. I'm not in danger. Talking about it isn't really going to help it. It's just going to prolong it. It's just going to distract me from feeling or letting, it's an interesting thing at those subtlest levels, right? It's feeling, but really what it is, even underneath that in the chi field, It's like I'm just allowing that energy to flow. That's it. And whatever my story is about it, doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. That energy just wants to move, and it wants to free itself up. And after I left the session, my brain was still kind of in a calm, balanced place, not pinging all over the place. I just really thought about that as a practice, like, especially when you're looking within, especially when you're in, self-awareness or self-realization. We still give the intellect a whole lot of credence about a lot of the stories it makes up. And what I saw from my experience is a lot of times that happens because we don't want to feel. We're afraid to feel whatever we pushed away. We're afraid to feel whatever maybe once we experienced before that traumatized us or really impacted us in a deep way at a very level that we weren't prepared for or couldn't protect ourselves from. I just thought to myself, what if, we were talking, right, all the time as humans, and we can see what's playing out in every area of our lives, whether it's our society, our government, our own personal lives. What if we just started being more quiet? What if we just started feeling what we need to feel? Because when that energy flows, and a lot of times, as I mentioned, if we have trauma, sometimes that you could be 70 years old and that trauma happened at 2. And that energy still is stuck there. So the conversation is actually informed by the 2-year-old part of ourself that's stuck. What if we had the courage to feel what we needed to feel to help those aspects of ourself that got stifled or that we stifled because it was too intense to feel? What if we just allowed it to flow? What if we just held space for it? Didn't judge it, didn't condemn it, didn't resist it? Because what I've found in working with thousands of animals and hundreds of people through my fitness career is that when we just let the chi flow and don't block it up, or if it's blocked, if we just become conscious of it and help it, help provide a space for it to flow, well, then that energy that was maybe, trapped since it was 2, it gets to move and shift, and we get to grow up into where we really are now. And I swear to you, it's not a mental process. I've watched this happen hundreds and hundreds of times, that it's an automatic process. Our bodies know what to do. Our chemistry knows what to do. But based on what's stuck inside the body, and from my work, especially the spine and the belly line and the face, I've seen how quickly those traumas can literally just release when we unrestrict the tight areas where that energy was stuck, and it just literally grows up itself really quickly, and it acclimates to where we are. So I say this because what happens when shit is hitting the fan, or even when it's not, and you just have some time to yourself, like, what can transform in you when you literally just sit and breathe and let your body feel whatever it needs to feel, so that energy just starts flowing again. It's a fascinating process, and it's super simple.